So surprise, Breezy messaged me late this afternoon, and was like, our internet is down and we have no internet. Their whole city, they tried, their mother-in-law, her mom, no one has internet. And so I told her I would just go ahead and talk to you guys tonight. And I'm super excited about it. Make sure that you have a pen and paper, because I have a couple things that we're going to do. We're going to take some action tonight. We're not going to do a whole lot of talking. But we're going to just talk about our business and how we can take action with the inviting process of the business. So what I'm going to do here, sorry, I'm just going through and going to meet people. Okay. So a couple of announcements that we want you guys to be aware of is, first of all, we have decided we're going to do a Tribe 3-day refresh. And you can invite, this isn't just for coaches, this is for customers, new customers, old coaches, new coaches. And so if you're not familiar with the 3-day refresh, really go and find out what it is. But really, it's like a reset. I'm totally excited to do it. I actually bought mine last week. It came in at the beginning of this week. But after the holidays, I had binged, eaten, and I maintained, and that was like the super goal because I have a total sweet tooth. So I was able to at least maintain. For breastfeeding, I wouldn't, because you cut calories. So because you go down to about 9 to 1,000 calories a day. So you definitely, I would wait till after you're done. It was literally, personally, the day I was like, I'm done, I ordered it and I did it, because I craved everything when I was breastfeeding. I crave anything anyways, but it was really bad when I was. So, but you can still talk about, there are transformations on our own team that you guys are more than welcome to use. I know my transformation, I think, is on in the albums. If it's not, let me know. And we have a Tribe 3-day refresh group that we created, where I had posted my results right after I was done breastfeeding. So, and I stopped at like 6 months, I think it was. So I was still like postpartum, not looking amazing. So it was a good transformation for sure. So Breezy's going to create the event. So be on the lookout for that. We are planning on starting January 30th. So I highly encourage all coaches to get it. It's a great way. If you've never done it, it really is a mental game. That's why I like being able to do it together, because we can post about it. We can encourage one another during those 3 days. So look for that invite. Number 2 is what is coaching is starting on Monday. So if you haven't been talking about the business and the coaching side, I know especially as a new coach, sometimes it's hard to talk about it, because so many other companies talk about money, the financial side of the MLM. So many often, you'll see them flashing their, $100 bills, or their, someone else's paycheck or whatever it is. And so you'll see on my Facebook, I rarely talk about the financial side, because if you only talk about financial, they are going to expect a paycheck, and a good paycheck, when they first join. And we all know that it takes time, and it's the compound effect with the business. And so realize that as well. But if you need ideas, I posted this in the Tribe page. I put there was a little image that said coach opportunity, and it had Monday written big. But in that post, there is a document, just so you guys can see, with so many ideas. I'm just going to share my screen. This is all different ideas. When we talk about coaching, the freedom it provides, the family side, the friendships, personal development, the financial side, doing good and helping others, the company, teamwork, health and fitness, training, opportunities, nutrition, ownership, recognition. You're not bored. How many of us used to be, I don't want to say bored as a stay-at-home mom, but you miss talking to adults, or, and all that kind of stuff. Leadership, winning, creativity, challenges. It makes it makes you feel, confident and brave and valued and valuable. That you are just a better me being a coach. Because this, depending on what you want to recruit and the kind of team you want, these are the things that you're going to want to talk about. And so there are so many things. There's even startup sentences almost, nutrition. My healthy recipe collection has grown. Just being a coach, being able to share recipes with your customers and clients and other coaches. Little things like that is so easy to be able to talk to others about coaching. So this document is right there. It's posted under that Monday image. for what is coaching group. If you're a brand new coach and like, I don't even know like what this is, it really is just a group to so people can find out what you're doing, what it entails. You answer questions. A lot of times people are freaked out about the pyramid thing, thinking this is a pyramid scheme. So we, clear that up and understand what the difference of an MLM and a pyramid really is. We talk about a financial side. We'll share coach income growth, some people from our team and stuff like that. So if you have someone participating, we'll have you post today. You can pre-schedule it, and you'll go live, during the week, and you'll just talk about a little bit about you and your story and why you coach. And so don't feel like you gotta like know everything about the business. It's nothing like that. But I personally will be doing a coach post the next couple of days, and then I'll do a call to action Saturday night. And Sunday night, I'll tell you, is the magic night for posting about coaching a lot of times, because people are hating that they have to go to work Monday morning. So it's a high traffic time on Sunday night. So I'll do a call to action Friday night, Saturday night, and then one more on Sunday night. So, just talk about coaching. This is a great document for you guys to pull up and go from there. So recognition, guys, I was like floored when I saw the leader or the Success Club point to you guys. It's so cool to see you guys achieving and just helping people and really understanding that that's what this business is really about, is just finding the one person at a time, and knowing that you're just making a difference, a small difference, with just that one person, and how it just trickles down. So keep going. There's some of you guys in Success Club, so many on the board. We have some crazy volume happening all around. So keep that up. And I'm just going to check my messages real fast to make sure there's no other announcement we talked about. And if someone knows one and I haven't said it, feel free to unmute yourself to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. 3-day refresh. I think that's it. If anyone knows anything else, feel free to chat or unmute yourself. But we're just going to dive right into the inviting process. I know that this is like one of the super scary parts of coaching. I know it was for me. Like that was my one hold back, was the inviting process. And so I have no slides to share because this is all going to be hands-on tonight. So if you don't have a paper, grab one real fast, grab the back of, a bill, whatever you want. Because we are going to take some action. So the first thing I want you to do right now, 5 people that come to your mind right now, write them down. Friends, family, whatever, just write them down. Sorry, I just read that comment. Just write down 5 people that popped into your mind right now. And if you have 5, go to 10. I'll give you just a second. And this is what I do. This is my tricks. If you want to know my secrets, this is what I do. And I do this every night. I literally will say, okay, 5 people who or if a name pops in my head during the day, I write it down. You should see I have Post-it notes everywhere, just kind of people's names that pop in my head. So what I want you to do is that first person on your list, I want you to open your Facebook. If you're on your computer right now, open your Facebook, and I want you to open their Facebook page. And I want you to kind of scroll their page for a second and comment on something right now. Comment on something you love, something about their family, something that interests you, something that you thought was a cool thing that they posted, and just comment on it. And do that with the second person, the third, just kind of go down. And I'm going to let you Facebook stalk for a minute. I'm going to let you scroll Facebook. One of the things we always say, don't. So give you a couple minutes. You can go through a couple people that came to your mind. You can just comment. Okay. I never know like when to stop. So if you're still going and you need time, just say whoa, whoa, whoa in the chat box. But I see a lot of heads down right now, so I'm gonna wait. I'm seeing the tops of heads like people are writing, and does that make me sound like a creeper or what? And I say this, like, one of the things that we've talked about, like, as leaders on our tribe page, and for those new coaches who don't know, I'm Ashley, and I've been coaching for like 3 years, and people sometimes will say, like, how are you hitting Success Club? Like, this is what I'm doing. And so, I think, a lot of these team calls, if we can gear towards, like, just taking a little bit of action. So many times we get so much training that we don't take the action part of it. And so that's what I want you guys to really do tonight, is take that action. So your power hour list. If you use the same one I use, I've shared it, okay? But your morning power hour tomorrow, when you go and talk to people, those 5 people you just commented on, put on your list of people you're going to chat with tomorrow morning on your first power. You're going to send them a private message, and you might say, oh my gosh, I saw your cute family yesterday. Like, how are you a grandma already? Or how do we have kids already? How are we old enough? Like, when did we grow up? Or you're going to send them a message like, oh my goodness, you're a cute cat. Or Cassie, you're getting a puppy. Those little things are the things that you are going to talk about. Cassie, you just got a puppy, or you're getting a puppy, like, or you, I know Cassie's getting a puppy. That's why I say that. But she can easily message someone who posted a puppy and say, I'm going to have to the potty training thing with a puppy. Tell me what you did. These are not going to be Beachbody talks in the morning. These are going to be friendship talks. These are going to be people as if you're texting back and forth. You're sitting at the park watching your kids back and forth play. These are the messages you're sending. I don't want one Beachbody word in this message tomorrow. I don't want one fitness challenge, one nutrition word posted. These are 5 people tomorrow during your power hour that you are going to talk to and start shooting the breeze with. That's it. You're just going to shoot the breeze. Okay? Now, I want you to open up your inbox on Facebook. And I want you to go back a couple days, and I want you to find a couple crickets. People who haven't responded just in the last couple days. Let's say you invite them to a challenge group. Sometimes it's okay if the conversation ends. Don't feel like you have to push it. If you have been talking about the puppy and it just kind of faded, don't force it. Let it end, and in the next month or whatever, just start shooting the breeze again. But I want you to go through your inbox right now, and I want you to find people who haven't responded. Let's say you sent out a link to them to purchase. Let's say you sent them a link to a YouTube video of the 21-day fix, or a Shakeology video, or something like that. And I want you to find at least one right now, and we're going to do this live, is you're going to find one person that you can send a message to right now as we're live, and say something like this. Like, let's say you sent out a link of the 21-day fix. They want to see what this is about. So you're going to say, hey, I know you've been crazy busy. I know moms, we don't have a second to breathe, but just wanted to see if you had a chance to watch the video that I sent. What are your thoughts? So right now, I want you to take that time, and I want you to just send one follow-up. Maybe it's a follow-up in a friend conversation. Maybe she, you asked her a question about potty training your little girl, and she hasn't gotten back to you yet. Whatever it is, but just follow up. Just talk. I'll give you one more minute. Okay. Now that you sent a follow-up today, I want you to go into your Facebook again. And I want you to go, I'm going to share my screen. Oh, actually, I don't know if I can. I'm logging into Breezy's to use the Zoom. So let me see if I can log into my own Facebook. I have to log in through her Facebook. So let me see if I can open up on a different browser. But what I want you to do is I want you to go to your friends list on Facebook. Okay, and I am in mine. So let me minimize this real fast and I'll show you what we're going to do. Share my screen. Sorry guys, I need to figure out how to share. Okay, this is how my power hours go, guys. Inside my brain for a few minutes. So I'm going to go into my friend list. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. So right here, friends, click on your friends. And I want you to go into, didn't I click friends? There we go. Into recently added. Click that recently added button. And here's a self-check for you. If this recently added, this is about the last 3 weeks of people you've added into your network. If this is a super low number right here, you are not adding 2 to 3 people into your network like you should be, okay? We'll do another networking, another day on how to better network. There's lots of training you can do for that. But let me make this big. That's why I never make it big. Everything goes away. So that is just one of those self-check things that you can do. But go into your recently added. And I want you to find 3 of these recently added people that you can just send a, hey, like, I'm so glad we reconnected on Facebook. Or maybe you don't really know the person very well, or you don't know them at all, and say, hey, like, I know you. We have 4 friends in common. How do we know each other? Did we go to school together? You know, where did we meet? And so go through someone, you know, if they're a Facebook coach, those don't count. Don't go send message to another or a coach who, you know, you've been added because you're friends now from the tribe. It's got to be someone non-Beachbody. And you're going to send a message to someone here and just reconnect. No Beachbody talk. We're just talking. That you're glad you reconnected or that you connected for the first time. So what did I say? 3 people? So I'll give you time to just shoot a message to 3 people. And I will share my screen so you guys can see. This is a girl that is in my free group. So I'm going to see how she's like in the free group. It's way simple. I'll share my screen with you. So my message to this person says, hey, Jody, I'm super glad that you are in my free group. I love doing these groups and getting to know others more. And tell me more about you. What is your story, right? Super simple, not Beachbody related. I could even say, tell me more about your health and fitness goals because she's joined my free group. So that would be an easy one to like say, tell me more about you. What are your current health and fitness goals? What are your struggles? That would be an easy one to just shoot that message to. But then I could go back into my recently added and really look at this number. And this is what, when people say they've ran out of people to talk to, I always say, the next question is, what is your recently added? Because if this is only 3 people, you've added 1 person a week. And of course you're going to, eventually run out of people to talk to. And so this is just a super easy way to just start connecting with people, is just shooting the breeze. When you talk to people, and especially when you recently added, they're going to go to your profile and look at what you've done in the last 10 posts, right? How many of you guys have ever had a friend request, you accepted it, you may have known them, you may not have known them, but you go and look at the last 10 posts. And this is why it's critical that you don't vomit Beachbody on your page, that you don't post stock photos, which are like the 21 Day Fix image of like Autumn Calabrese, you know, posing in her hot body with all the containers around her. But it's you. It's you saying I worked out. This is why it's important to not have, or to have balance, and to be posting every day consistently. Because when people add you into their network, they want to see that you're normal. If they see Beachbody, 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 they're going to say, oh, she's a coach, forget her, unfriend. Like that. It's going to happen that fast. And so realize that you've got to have that balance on your page as well, in order for people to say, okay, cool, like this is good. Like she's not like some fitness freak that, or, you know, whatever it might be. So, realize that as you go through and you start reconnecting or connecting for the first time with these people. So hopefully you've sent those out, those messages, and don't stop at 3. Put these people on your power hours tomorrow. Maybe I put Krista on my power hour as part of my connect to recently added people in your network tomorrow. I can write names down where I can just connect with these people tomorrow. And I know exactly before I go to bed, I'll put these names down. So I know exactly who I'm going to be reconnecting with tomorrow. And this is a great way to do it, is just go to your recently added, start at the bottom actually, when you do your recently added, because these will go away first. So go down to your recently added and start, go down to the bottom wherever it is and, say, okay, these are the next people I will be doing. If they are coach, obviously you can send them a message, but they probably added you because you're a mutual friend or whatever it is. Okay. So that's an easy way to do that. The next thing I want you to do, where was the next one? Okay. Sorry, I'm reading my notes real fast, guys. Okay. This is the scary one. We have a coach up group starting, right? So how many of you guys have thought about someone that you said, oh my goodness, like, I'm trying to think of someone. Sarah would be an amazing coach. She's like already like posting about her health and fitness. She talks about wanting to be at home all the time. We all have a friend that think, okay, she would be an amazing person on my team. Like she would be amazing. Like she's a perfect fit. She has heart. She's not a salesperson. She's exactly what I want. That person, think about that person. I want you to write their name down. And I try and invite one person a day to the business opportunity. And that's how I've been able to grow my team and everything like that. And I'm going to have you write this tomorrow because this, I know, takes more thought into the process. But during your power hour, this is when you're going to send a message, something like, hey, girl, I know you've been talking about wanting to be at home. We're doing a What is Coaching group starting on Monday. No obligations to coach. It'll just be, we'll talk about if it's a pyramid. We'll talk about the financial side. And you could just see if it would be a good fit for you. Is this something you'd be interested in doing? Super easy. I should say easy because I know this is totally out of your comfort zone for so many of you. It's still out of my comfort zone. 3 years later, it's still hard for me. This is why we do personal development, because without it, I would wake up every morning with self-doubt. So realize that. So have that person on for your power hour tomorrow. And then there's one other one. I'm trying to remember what it was. Hold on. Oh, paid groups. Hello. So 5 people tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow that you are committing to inviting to your paid group starting on whatever day it's starting. Your upline diamond, both Breezy and I know Chantel's the other upline star diamond that could be yours, but we will be starting the last one. So January 30th is my group, is Breezy usually does hers the last Monday. So even if you're a brand new coach, you have an upline coach that's doing a group you can always join in on. But if nothing else, feel free to add to mine the 30th, but put 5 people down that you're going to say, hey, I've been talking to this person for a little bit. I'm going to invite them. It might be a completely cold invite and say, hey, I'm doing a fitness group with busy moms, and I know you're a busy mom, and your name popped into my head. So is this something you'd be interested in doing? You don't have to explain the details, in full force. You can, just like you send a text message, you wouldn't send a 20 sentences text message. Keep it short, simple, sweet. So many times, I know, especially as new coaches, it's easy to word vomit everything. You get so excited, and it's hard. So realize that. So go ahead and write 5 people that you're going to commit to tomorrow morning to invite. And I have one more assignment for you tonight. Is open up your messenger. Hopefully you're there because you've been messaging people. And go to the most recent person who told you no. Most recent person. First of all, hopefully you responded back. That's one of my biggest things. If you were on the call when we talked about finding the one, Breezy is my coach, and she reached out to me several times about coaching, several times about joining a free group, several times about joining a paid group, and I told her no several times. And she never forgot about me. She didn't keep messaging me every time a new group was starting. She messaged me to be genuine and to be a friend. And that is what got me interested more about what she was doing, because it wasn't something that was forced. It wasn't something that she kept cycling every time she had a free group starting or every time she had a 60-day group or coaching group starting. She wanted to be my friend. She wanted for me to know that she struggled too, that, this is the miscarriage test she had ran, or this is the, whatever test. She cared enough to do that. So I want you to go back and go to your last no. And if you haven't sent a message, do it now. But I want you to go back. If they said no, send a message like, I totally get it. Like, relay. I told my coach. I mean, I can almost guarantee you, most of you have probably told your coach that you have now no several times. Like, so be relatable and say, I totally get it. Like, it was something that I didn't want to do for a long time either. So no big deal. And then ask them a question. How's Sam doing? This, being up at school. How is your family? What are your plans this summer? I mean, that's kind of early to ask about summer, but those kind of things, and really just be relatable. So to end, here's my biggest tips for you when you're talking to people. So you feel free to write these down. I did a Facebook or a training group on this before, but number 1 is to always be relatable. So when you ask them about their health and fitness story, be relatable. Tell them you understand, because I guarantee you maybe you've never been overweight and they've said they've been overweight, but you might relate to that person when they say, I struggle with depression. I struggle with emotional eating. I struggle with not feeling welcome around groups because I struggle with going out in public because I don't like myself. There's going to be something in that sentence that is relatable because you're human, that you're a real person. And that's what makes the difference. Like Brittany just posted on the Tribe page today, like about Carl Deichler saying he doesn't have like the tracker on his underwear. He doesn't need the tracker to like let him know he's worked out. That's where the human connection comes in. That's where you as a coach comes in, because you are the relatable piece to them. They found you and they want to know more about you because you're relatable to them. I'm not. I don't relate to their story, but you do. And that's why they're reaching out to you. I am not the perfect coach for everyone. You won't be the perfect coach for everyone. So when someone signs up with your friend, bless and release, and know that person's going to get the help. But every time people send you a message, be relatable. I get that because I struggle with emotional eating as well. I get what it's like to be a busy mom. I understand that because, you know, but be relatable back to them. So you are just going back and forth. Number 2 is to keep things short. Don't write long paragraphs. Don't write these, you know, long things, but really, I've said this before tonight even, go back and forth like you're texting, you know, like you're shooting the breeze. You're at the park with your kids, they're playing on the playground, and you're shooting the breeze with your friend next to you. Because that is the difference between a salesperson and someone who's building relationships. And those people who are salesmen, it'll never work. Their business might take off for a year, maybe 2 if they're lucky, and it's going to die down. But when they become real and genuine, that's the missing piece. And that's where people struggle. I think, you know, more often is they, you know, they find you relatable and they know that you're not a salesperson, but you're a person and that you're human and that you make mistakes, that you are here to help them in whatever they want to do and that you love them. And if they know those things and they can trust you that you're going to be there to help them, that you love them and you're not a salesperson, that's when they're going to be saying, I'm ready. I'm ready for you. So keep things short, simple, and just build relationships. That's all you've got to do to make this business successful is talk. Talk. And that's why I say if you're only working the business an hour a day, just spend that hour talking to people, inviting people, and just connecting with people. Number 3 is always end with the question. So, is this something you would like to do? What is your family up to? Have you had a chance to watch the video I sent you? But always end with the question because that's what's going to keep the conversation going. So always end with the question. I'm trying to see, is my screen still up? No? Yes? Someone shake their head. No. Okay. Thanks. I see heads shaking now. Because I think this girl messaged me and I didn't want to pull it up because I don't know what she has written. Okay. So do you remember that person that I just reconnected with? I did it with sharing my screen. She wrote me back and and this is what's interesting when you ask people about their story. She's going on, I have 4 messages. I haven't read them, but I see something about an ex-husband. I see something about emotional eating, and I'm seeing things already that I can connect with, right? And she's starting to open up. She knows that, she knows, and she's still typing. I see the little dots that she's still going, and still sometimes they just need that reconnection. And so as we start chatting, I might say, I struggle with emotional eating too. I've done it for years. I did it for years. I still struggle with emotional eating, and I'll explain that. I'm going to be relatable to her when when we talk. I might say where are you from? Like, where'd you go? What brought you to emotional eating? For me, it was my miscarriages. But what brought you to that? These are easy questions that we can now bounce back and forth and just be genuine with one another. I'm not going to say I have a health group starting unless it naturally comes up. And half the time, they are the ones who bring it up because they see, they're in my free group, so they see what I'm doing. They get those little drops and those little hints that I don't even have to approach them. Some people I do approach because you can't not approach people. You've got to, step out. But those are my biggest tips for inviting is to, be relatable, keep it short and simple, and always end with a question. So you should have a decent power hour outline for you tomorrow for your hour of work. But this is an inside scoop of what I do to prepare myself for my morning power hour. I think about people who I want to message, who pop in my mind. If Sarah popped in my mind while I was making lunch, I'll write her name on a Post-it note so it's ready to go so I can add it to my power hour tomorrow. Because those people who pop into your head, there is a reason those people pop into your head. So realize that. But we have 3 minutes and 50 seconds before we get cut off from the Zoom chat. But do you guys have any questions for me? And if we do get cut off, you can always ask in the event page. I know it says Breezy and Matt because they're supposed to be on. But if you're wondering why it's me and you didn't hop on, Breezy has no internet. The whole city of Rexburg has no internet apparently. And so they couldn't, so we switched it up last minute. So that's why you're seeing me and not Breezy and Matt. So, but any questions? Okay. hopefully you have a decent power hour for you, you know, so you are ready tomorrow. If you have any questions, put it on the Tribe page, put it in the event page, and we'll be more than happy to help you. You are so welcome. Hopefully that helped. Hopefully you guys can get some insight of what my brain looks like. Everyone organizes it differently, but that's the way my brain functions. So anyways, have a wonderful evening. If you have questions, seriously, just reach out to us and we're here to answer them. Have a good night, guys.